What's happening, people? So we're back on today for a little story time. This is something that happened when I was there, so I just like to talk about it. I don't hide from the truth. People say what they say, and we're all adults, so we should all be able to speak about it in a controlled environment. So I pick YouTube, innit? Here we go. So you're on site and you hear a bit of racism, and you think to yourself, "Oh shit, man! Now I really can't even talk to you." So I overheard someone say something about another colleague who was working in the same workplace and say, "Oh yeah, I just don't like that little Pakistani man. I just don't like that little Paki man." And I thought, "Oh, okay. Well, he can't really choose what race he is. He's actually born like that." So if you don't like someone for their race, or you say that, yeah, about someone, and you're in front of a person like myself, I'm going to take it broader and wider than that, because that's not only where your thoughts just lie, innit? Your thoughts just don't stop with this Pakistani man. You probably have some type of thought process towards black people or people of color before you start judging them on the person who they are. It shows a level of stupidity and dumb adults who shouldn't be called adults, who should be called children at this point, because you think like a child, innit? And that's what adults can understand, is that your thought process on not liking someone because of where they're from, when you've never been there yourself and you don't know anything about it, but you're judging the race just off of that one instant what you had, or that one person. Look, at the end of the day, I know that people got their own views and opinions, and where you get those types of opinions from is normally a house at the end of the day. And if you're brought up in a household where it's normal to be talking shit about other people who you don't know and who you've never been around, you're obviously going to have that dumb mindset. There's loads of people out there like that. This guy isn't like the only person, but when that guy came across and said that, I thought to myself, you know what? You didn't need to say that, you know. You could just say you don't like him because he's a prick. We're all adults, innit? We can get it that you dislike someone because you their actions and how they go on, but it solely based on his race to begin was a bit wild. And then you said other things, what he didn't, what he done, what you didn't like. Again, they start to become personal things, and that's got nothing to do with his race, then, has it? This is where people start to go wrong. And I think that it's more or less, you don't like that person, which is okay, isn't it? Because most people who are at a workplace, yeah, they're there because they need a job. That's it. And you happen to be there at the same fucking time. Boo-hoo. You don't get along with that person. You're not going to invite that person to lunch or to your house. So what difference is there in you pretend liking them for the 8 hours what you're there? It's not that hard, is it? Like, you don't have to be pally with people. I don't be pally with people who I know wouldn't be pally with me in real life. How about that? That's why I made a video which was about dick sucking to get to the top, or basically kissing your manager's ass to get to where you need to. I'm not doing that. We're never doing that. We work off the merit of you being a good worker, you being honest, you turning up, you doing an honest day's work, you doing what was asked by you. That's it. Do not ask kissing. I don't know what you think this is. I know what time people think they're living in. So I want to not stray too far from that subject, which this video is about. Me witnessing someone else say, I don't like this man because he's a Pakistani. I don't like him because he's a Paki, you know, like blah, 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 blah. He's like a cocky what? It's so silly, like, that a man would say that, because even though I know he's younger than me within age, yeah, wisdom doesn't come at a specific point. You don't start learning about life at a specific point. It's all different for different people. That man definitely loves a curry. 100%. He's round like a roly-poly. So I know he's one of those types of guys that would eat that food and then say something about someone. you know. And even if you do say it in a jokey way and all that, you got to understand those types of things hurt people's feelings, regardless if they show it or not. Like, I know most men in that situation are oh, it's banter, oh, it's work, it's da 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 da. No, man, it's just not necessary to say. You know, some of your feelings and some of the things that you feel and what you hold in high regards, you should keep them to yourself. You know, it's a part of like growing up and understanding how to mind your goddamn business. That is not your business or your place to be reprimanding people or pushing out negative comments into the atmosphere so everyone else can feel the energy what's running through the room. Oh yeah, we don't like this person. Why don't you like him? You don't like him because he does this and does that. Well, that is his job. That is what he's here and paid to do. He doesn't do as much as you do. Therefore, you're in a competition with him. See, this is why when I meet these types of people, I like to have a good outlook of them, who they are through and through. So another situation popped up with that same person, right? And the person said, people were talking negative about someone in the office, right? Saying, oh, you know, he's a bit of a know-it-all. He thinks he does this and does that and knows everything and blah, blah, blah. Some people got in a little bit of a hoo-ha about it. They didn't like it, which was, it's like being on Loose Women, basically, with loose men. It was just loose men chat, just chatting shit about another man, which is, you know, that's not why I put my work clothes on for. That's not why I get ready in the morning for. I didn't come to do that. Like, I didn't. But unfortunately, we're here, innit? And now we're here. We deal with the consequences, which is just people talking wild, right? They're talking wild about this person. Oh, he's a bit of a knob. He's this, he's that. Whatever, cool. The guy's a bit of a nerdy guy. It's not for everyone, innit? Those types of people don't connect with everyone who's maybe in construction. If you play like, I don't know, computer games on your time off and all that, the rest of the guys are drinking beers, going down to the pub, doing lines and all that. That's not your vibe. That's not your vibe. Understand that when it's time to talk, you have different things to talk about, different things what you're interested in, what they're not interested in. Just life. Yeah, don't take it personal. No one take it personal. Right. So moving on from that point, yeah, the other person walked in the room and they said, oh, what are you talking about? I said, oh, talking about blah, blah, blah. Wait until you meet him. He's a right knob and all that. Oh, he thinks he knows this and he knows that. The other guy goes, is it? Oh, what is he? And he looked over to me and he goes, what is he like, Jay? And I said, like, look, you know, it's just a guy that's at work, innit? I don't know what you want me to say about him. I don't really know him. I don't talk to him either. He goes, oh, what is he up himself? Because he's like a black guy and all that. And I said, what? And so did the other black guy in the room. We said, what? At the same time, like it was a fucking choir. What? What? What did you say? Are you mad? Did anybody tell you to even think that you could do that, running up the ladder and all that? Who are you talking to? Don't be stupid, man. And what does it matter if he was? Furthermore, what is the answer? And he goes, no. What I mean is, no, he's a white guy. There was silence like the lambs in the room. And I didn't need to say anything after that because me and my man, we done what we were supposed to do. You know what I mean? Step up. Yeah? Someone could get slapped up at any time. People better know this, innit? It's crazy because in real life, when you see these people and you see the level of oblivionness going on in their head, like they're not aware of other people. I think sometimes the conversations what go on around them, they don't actually fully digest them. They just splur what comes out, blur without not thinking, even though they might think to themselves it's funny the way they go on. Others think it's stupid, innit? Or it's entertaining, innit? Cool, it might be entertaining for your day job, innit? But do you really want that type of energy around you or people saying those type of negative things? Me? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I like it because I get to make content about it. And I use it to make content because it's the real shit what happens inside the workplaces. Like, this is just a story which I know other people have been present to, but they didn't really know what to say about it at the time. Didn't know that, yeah, it's a violation. He violated you by saying that about you, which was very disrespectful. Would I tell this other person, the Asian guy who we're talking about at the beginning? Nah, I don't really know him. And I think he's wise enough to realize that they talk about him. He actually knew, like, he's like, yeah, they don't like me. That's why I'm looking for another job and da 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 da. He was smart enough to understand that they're onto you. And when people gang up on you inside the work environment, yeah, it's kind of long at the end of the day. It's long for you because every day will be made more challenging just because a group of individuals, it might be 3 people, don't like you for whatever reason, think you're a bit cocky, think that you've got a nicer car than him. Like, I've had them speak about things like that, and I'm like, yeah, but you got a 1.7 or a 1.8. There's nothing to speak about. I don't drive them types of litre cars. It's not for me. I drive the car what I like. I don't care if it's faster than your car or slower than your car. It's how I like it. So I'm not in a competition with people when it comes to that level of conversation going on, because you do get that when you're on site, which is people might think it's banterish. People might think, oh, we're only joking, you know, it's only jokes, it's only talks. Some of it is talks, yeah, and the other bit of it is like, that's how they truly feel. Not gonna lie to you. People don't say stuff because they don't think it or feel it. Some part of them feels that it's acceptable to say that, and another part of them feels that it's okay that all the other people in that room will accept his opinion and where he's coming from. You know, you ask yourself, where are you coming from when you tell someone you don't like them because of their race and they're Asian, and I don't like him because he's like a cocky blah blah blah. He's cocky. There's cocky white guys, there's cocky black guys, there's cocky Mexican guys. What, do you not just like cocky guys? Why don't you just say that? Because that's better. But I guess you have to have a level of intelligence to work that out, which the people who we're talking about, they have no level of intelligence. I can see it. And when this person asked me for help, yeah, to do with something with learning and actually blah blah getting on, yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. But because I heard you say them comments, yeah, remember, I'm a big man. I'm not doing it. This is what sometimes you can hold back on people, because I just didn't fancy helping him. I just didn't fancy helping someone that was quick to judge other people in that sense. But I know he would kiss the people's asses who could give him something, like management, like myself at a point. Do you get it? So I realized you're not one of them dudes that can get a pass around me. You done it around these lot, and they think it's funny, innit? I just think it's stupid, innit? But I just got no need to tell you to your face, because again, there's no medals what I get. But if I do this video and it gets like 20,000 views, there's some collections what I can get from it. So we make it make sense, innit? You understand? And it makes good content, because I think people need to realize that there's more people out there like this than you think. Like, there's individuals who, you know, it is a form of bullying at the end of the day. No one wants to admit that they're probably being bullied in the workplace, being a big grown adult, collecting paychecks and still having to avoid confrontation with others because, oh, you know, like, he doesn't like me and blah, 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 blah. Come on, man, grow up, man. We're not catching a bus anymore, you know? We are not catching a bus. We're all driving vehicles, paying tax. There should be a level of understanding of, I'm here in this situation, you're here in this situation. Be admirable, be cordial if you can towards each other, innit? There's no need to be hateful or like chatting shit, innit? You can talk your shit when you want, but just don't let it be all the time as well, man. You got to have a control on talking nonsense. There's a balance between what I will put up with as a person and what I totally will not put up with as a person. Like, I don't like people trying to dictate to me like how I should feel about someone else. Like, that person tried to say to me at a point, oh, what, don't you think he's a bit of a prick and all that? And I said, well, do you know what? at the moment I'm working alongside him, yeah, and he showed me more than other people have showed me, which is part of his job. But again, he doesn't have to do it to the degree where he's doing it. So I guess he's helping. He's not putting us down at the end of the day. Oh yeah, but I think he's making you not do most of the work. Well, I'm here to work, innit? So I don't know what you mean by that. Again, if you feel like I'm doing too much, well, make sure you say that to the bosses. Do you know what I mean? Save that conversation for them, because you won't say that to them. You just say it to me. And I realized that about this person because, again, people like this, they play some part games inside workplaces, which is turning people against each other and chatting shit about someone behind their back. But it all starts from being like a gossiper, innit? You got to remember, you know, in school, yeah, there was someone that always ran and told you to tell what someone else was saying or someone else was doing. And you thought like you've spent your whole playtime running from there to there to there, chatting shit. He had no time to play. Those are the kids who are there inside the workplace now, chatting shit, just running up and down, telling people about people. You know, it's totally nonsense, but adults have got time to do it, innit? And it shouldn't be surprising when you hear people say like crazy little racial slurs about other people. And when you break down the real reason why someone's not liking someone, it's always personal. Personally, or my personal thoughts, the Asian guy who he was talking shit about or saying, you know, like I don't like him and all that, he was definitely doing better in life than the other guy. 100%. It was 100%. He gets more money than him. He owns a couple more things, and he's going further in life because he's got better qualifications, more experience, and he's just a bit more grown up and as a person who you would trust in a place of work. That's it. And I feel that sometimes this rivalry, guys, especially in construction, they feel as that I've got better tools than you, I'll do this and I'll do that. Nobody cares about your girl. Nobody cares. I mean, to reiterate it around men, I mean, it's weird to me because I think to myself, you know what? There's millions of people that you could be in competition with or want to tell and brag about your life. You can do that. There's people who are ready to do that, take on that challenge. You know, who's flexing the hardest in life? It won't be you, man. You will be put in your place and seen how it is by going onto the internet. Open your eyes to the internet and you'll see for yourself. You know, I'm not an illusionist of any point. Like, I realize where I am in life and where other people are. I'm not looking at them as competition. Neither do I need to push a bit of my energy towards them in that type of way, because it's all going to end up in a negative pool of bullshit at the end of the day. It's bullshit what the guy said. The reasons why him not liking him are just nonsense as well. And again, you can see why, and I can see why as well, people why they would dislike the Asian man to a little bit, because he has got a persona about him and a way which can be quite rude, and he will stitch people up. And he did stitch someone up when he was at work. But again, you can't expect every man to be 100 like yourself. If you are a 100 person, if you're a 100 person, I want you to drop a little hashtag underneath this and let me know you're a 100 person. We don't slide for no shit. You're like me, 100. We ain't having it. So I knew he wasn't a 100 person when I heard him speak about someone else who was on our thing, and he said like he done it when I witnessed him do it. So I told him, innit? I told my guy, because me and him are black, and you know, that's it. So I just told him, yeah, he was speaking shit about you, but you know, it's nothing because I was witnessed it and they don't really care about it, but you just know for yourself he spoke about you. So he's not to be a trusted person. You can see that. And other people was telling you that, but you make up your own mind from people when you meet them, innit? And what I realized was just that that person alone, he's a lonely soldier on his own tip, because he knows a lot of people are out to fuck him up inside the workplace. And that's the problem when you build enemies inside the workplace, you know. You want allies, you want people who are going to stick up for you, you want people who are going to lie for you, you want people who are going to clock you in when you're not there. Do you get what I mean? Shit like that, real G shit, real keeping your bread together shit, you know what I mean? But you get individuals who are against you from the start, innit? You know, like someone might have had their sister goes out with an Asian man, and now their sister is not together with the Asian man. So that's why they dislike Asian men, because they think they don't hold down the household or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit. It's just people's ideas in their head. Like, I realized that by not trying to assume who this person was, I was trying to get to know who this person was. So yeah, I don't want to tell you who much that person was, but like that, the idea around who that person was very small mindset. Lives out of London, travels into London to work. You know, again, not in the best physical shape, but still able to do work. That's cool. A little bit of a learner, but you've never got the qualification. So I spoke about that type of person in one of my other videos, which was just a halfway person. You know what I mean? People that are just, anyway, don't take those people seriously. And he wasn't someone that I took really seriously. But again, I saw a little bit of a helping hand to him, like how he was trying to some way help some people, but it was all really in benefit and aid of himself at the end of the day. So he was like one of those types of people. Again, he was probably just trying to find out what type of person he is, but it's a shame that your character will always show how salty you are, like, towards others for whatever reason. You know, I don't feel that the reason what he held against the Asian man was big enough to warrant the level of hate or dislike, you know. But I guess there's some people that are grown up like that. You've got a lot of people in England that are grown up like that, that have got this little hatred towards people of different races. And it's not just Asian people, but I never really speak about the Asian people and all that. But I know, as a black man, if you say that about the Asian people, you definitely say that about black people. That's for sure. Like, I'm born in this time, innit, not last time. So for me, it's like, respectfully to my face, yeah, they ain't really gonna try it. But you would say something behind my back because you hope that I didn't hear about it. Because if I did hear about it, I'd tell you to come outside the workplace. And I've told people that before. My friend can verify that. He was there on Point Electrical one time when I told a man, come outside. And this was a black guy as well, because he was bugging out. So I had to tell him what time it was and let him know that they call me Judo J, innit? That's it, innit? Come outside. Because again, for me, I think, look, you can't fight everybody inside the workplace. It's childish to do that. But there are some situations where I will let a man know. It's today, you know. Today's that day. Today's that day you was not expecting. Today's that day we're gonna go from 0 to 100 quickly on you, and you better react in a way which you need to de-escalate the situation, or else it's happening. We ain't doing all this training for no reason, you know. We ain't in gym tops and shorts for no reason. We're working out for that day. That day. Hands have to fly. But yeah, with people like this, I think I like to sit back and just understand who they really are. You know, are they a real racist, or are they just someone who's just like prejudiced towards people but say the racist slurs? I don't know. It's hard to define who they really are, because again, I told you what happened in the second instance, which was people was talking about someone they didn't like, and he automatically jumped to saying, is it a black guy? And I said, what? And the other person said what at the same time. And it was great. It echoed from this side of the room to that side of the room. What? What? Why would you say that for? Instantly. No, that's not what I mean. That better not be what you mean, boy, because you'll find out. He's close enough, but I'm quick, you know. I get the jab into your face quick. So like, that's when I knew, this person just thinks wildly and doesn't think up here before they speak. And that might be his problem, you know. And as people grow older, hopefully they get wiser. They learn from their mistakes, what they do. And they control themselves, because controlling yourself and your emotions when you're at work is necessary, you know. At no point did I feel like I need to really slap this man or any point, you know. He's harmless to me because I would always keep him at arm's length. He could never be a person who I would really take in and give him my phone. You know, that's not happening. Never. You know, we've seen what type of character you are, and that's not the type of people that I have around me on a daily basis or anytime. So again, I just kept my distance. I think it was safer just to be doing my own thing and not getting involved in too much in what he was doing as an individual, because I realized just by going to like a plumbing job, like you're not a plumber and you didn't really know that much in it, but that's not your fault in it. At the end of the day, people choose their career paths at different points and they bring their personality with them. And that's why these people probably employ you, is because of your personality, to be honest with you, you know. Yeah. This one was one which I wanted to make for a little while, because I realized, you see, like my channel, yeah, you lot enjoy when I speak about life stories and stories which actually really do happen to me, and I'm there and I'm able to make a video about it so other people can get involved in the comment section, but understand these are the things which go on in like everyday workplaces, and how does the next generation learn or deal with it or stop that from totally happening, because it shouldn't be happening at the end of the day. It's cool that I can make a few jokes about it. It's cool that I can say this or that. But at the end of the day, there's always someone who comes off worse from it. And we know who that person is. And it's not really fair, you know. Everyone's got a voice, but in all workplaces, there's never going to be full-time equality. It's part-time. It's even quarter-time. Sometimes it's even 1 hour in the morning. It's when people say good morning to each other. The rest of it is no equality. Anyway, it's something like that. But I've always thought to myself, you know, like, what can you do, or what can we do? I can keep on sharing these stories because these workplaces have endless amounts of stories like this, which are real people. Again, I've never named people's names, but I don't really care if any of the people watch my videos. You know, I don't care. You know, I don't care. You see me and I told you that I don't care. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You guys keep subscribing, listening, and enjoying the content. So the next time I upload about one of these stories will be soon. So let's get it.